tonight are Dennis Cataldo and Diane Ferris-Smith, and I can promise you that you will have a great time with them. They are fun. Unfortunately, Mayor Richard Howard was not able to make it here today, so Craig Spadafora has graciously give the welcome from the city. Craig? Thank you.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Unfortunately, the mayor is an event for the Mass Municipal Mayors Association in Lennox, Mass. Was not able to attend, so you have the dubious honor to listen to me speak for about 25 minutes. So I promise, I sat in those seats, so I'll be very brief, but on behalf of the City Council, I would like to recognize some of my colleagues here, Councilor Bridges, Councilor Lodge, Councilor Neil King from Ward 6, Councilor Neil Anderson from Ward 7, Councilor Jim Nestor from Ward 4, Councilor Judy Booth from Ward 8. I know there's probably several other councils and school committee members. I apologize if I didn't see you, but if I'm going to miss somebody, I'm probably going to miss myself and my wife most of the time. So if you are here, I apologize if I didn't see you. I recognize you. But on behalf of the entire City Council and the Mayor's Office, congratulations to the 4 inductees. It is an honor to be part of this group. It's an honor to be associated with the City of Malden's peers. And I would like to give a special thank you and gratitude to the Lifetime Achievement Award, Mayor Jim Conway. So congratulations, everybody.
Okay, I'm going to quickly turn this over to Ted Coates. Ted.
I'm the new guy, and so anything that's gone wrong tonight, you can blame the new guy. Trust me. Okay.
Is this better? Okay, I'll use the mic. I'm the new guy. Anything that goes wrong tonight, you can blame the new guy, but trust me, you can't do as bad as I did after we planned this event and I drove home and realized that I planned it for my wife's birthday. So I want to thank my wife for being so supportive throughout this whole planning process. No, she insisted that she didn't even want me to mention it, so please do me the I really want to thank the people on our committee. As somebody who came into this knowing nothing about this event, it's really run itself. Thanks to a wonderful group of people who came together, and I do have one skill, and that's keeping my mouth shut some of the time, which is what I let them just plan this, and they did an outstanding job, and I'd like to just read their names and ask them to stand up. Angela Giacomo, Darlene Joyce, Chris Mayetta, David Morovitz, Pat Morrow, Phil Murphy, Jim Nestor, Karen Nystrom, Terry Rosa, our main ticket seller, Jordan Shapiro, Colleen Twinham, and our chair, Linda Kane, who is also, along with her sister Joyce, responsible for the wonderful centerpieces on your table. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And I just want to say, on a personal side, I've been in Malden. I came from Chelsea. Sorry, don't hold that against me. And I came to Malden, and I've been working here now since February. And it's really been wonderful how the support and the positive attitude I've gotten from people. I really appreciate this community. You've just been very helpful. You've put up with my mistakes and not knowing who people are, and I'm sorry about that. I'll apologize for that to start with. I really want to thank our sponsors this evening. If you look on the back of your program, these sponsors stepped up and made this event possible. So I'd like to ask for a round of applause for our sponsors. Thank you all very much. And as Pat said, we want to keep this on time, get you home. But we have a wonderful program tonight. And so without further ado, I'm going to introduce our MCs, Dennis Cataldo and Diane Farraher-Smith. Thank you.
Thanks, Ted. Good evening. Thank you. At this time, we'd like to ask all past winners or honorees over the last 10 years who have been honored by the Malden Chamber on this night to please stand. If you received an award in the last 10 years, please stand and be acknowledged. And a round of applause, please. Quite a few great organizations and individuals that have been honored over the last 10 years. Well, Dennis and I are honored to be your MCs tonight. And I was thinking this morning that Dennis and I have shared a stage a few times. Right, Dennis? More than once. And then I was thinking today of why Dennis and I get along so well. We are different. Dennis is male, I'm female. Right? Right. Okay. He's young, I'm old. Oh, thank you.
Right on cue.
He's Italian, I'm Irish. You see the Irish, okay, great. I married an Italian, so that gives me some points. He went to a Catholic high school, I went to public, Malden High. So those are our differences. However, we are very much alike. We were born and raised here in the city of Malden, and we love this city. So it is an honor for us to be here and be your MCs tonight.
All right, I think I have the right microphone. Is that a little bit better? Yeah, they saved that for me. So as Ted, I didn't realize you were going to disclose the Chelsea thing, and I just wanted to make sure that you checked weapons at the door. Did you do that? And Craig, I want to thank you for cutting into my dignitaries list by 10%. It was truly appreciated. It's my honor to be here this evening to co-MC with Diane. As she said, we have shared the stage on many occasions, and it's always for the better good of an organization or a community. And so we're very glad to be here, and it certainly was this distinguished list of honorees here this evening. It's my job as well to recognize the folks in the audience that are of importance to the city and have been over many years. And I'll ask you to hold your applause to the end, and when I announce your name, if you could please stand up, I would certainly appreciate it. First off is our former City Councilor, Marty Gately, former Chief of Police, Dick McCoy, former Fire Chief, Dennis Lafrenia, former City Councilor and Head of the Malden Housing Authority, Steve Finn, Police Commissioner, Anthony Spatafora, all of the City Councilors that have been previously mentioned by Craig, Jim Nestor, Gary Christensen, Neil Anderson, Neil Kinnan, Craig Spatafora, Judy Bucci, and Greg Lucy. How come nobody stands? We only get the police chief. He's happy to be the next police chief. Lenny Iavino and Peg Crow on the school committee. Candidate for City Council, David D'Angelo. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Sid Smith. Our state representative, Christopher Fallon, who I believe may have already left. And I'd also like to introduce the executive board of the Malden Chamber of Commerce, President Pat Morrow, former Vice President and former Miss Massachusetts, Diane Farrah-Smith. Second Vice President, John Kalanitis. Secretary, Darlene Joyce. And Chamber Past President, former City Solicitor, George Shapiro. A big round of applause. We don't do this for fame. I appreciate that. And Ted, you're a brave man dragging your wife out on her birthday, and I dragged my wife here more than once for our anniversary. But I think everybody, I'd like to tune you up and sing happy birthday to Mrs. Cook. Can we hear? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rose. Happy birthday to you. With that, I'd just like to thank Albert Spatafora for the great food, Linda Lucy in the back for providing some great entertainment, and Senator Tassay, State Representative Fallon and Donato, as well as Sheriff DePaulo for the citations for the honorees. And with that, I'm going to turn the mic back over to Diane, who's going to work on the first presentation of the night.
Thank you, Dennis. We have a little back and forth here. The stage is a little small. But I'm very pleased to bring up the presenters for the Community Service Award. Past honoree and Chamber Board member Karen Nystrom from Century 21 Advanced Realty, and Chamber Board member David Morovitz, REF Realty. The first award this evening, the Community Service Award, is given to a deserving individual who participates in community endeavors for the betterment of children and families in the community of Malden. This person possesses the competent ability to balance work with family life while being involved in numerous organizations. And the award this year goes to Lorraine Danka.
Just to share a few of Lorraine's services to Malden and surrounding communities. She serves on the board of directors for the Ever Credit Union, where she is involved in the formation of policies and procedures. She serves on the Malden City Planning Board. She formerly served for a period of 2 years on the board of the Malden YWCA, participating in numerous fundraising events for teenagers and women of the Malden community. She has been a member for the past 10 years of the Malden Municipal Scholarship Committee and has been chair of that same committee for the past 3 years. This committee is responsible for thousands of dollars in yearly scholarships awarded to residents of Malden who attend school to earn degrees or certificates. And Lorraine also is a dedicated and active member of the Malden Kiwanis, where I've proudly served with and learned from since I joined 3 years ago. I've watched Lorraine make Kiwanis a part of her life as she involves herself in any way possible in order to better the lives of less privileged children and families. But where I think she truly stands out is how Lorraine has become an integral part of the yearly Kiwanis holiday tradition to benefit these families. As one of the key components on the Kiwanis team, Lorraine works tirelessly to identify and coordinate delivery of toys, clothing, and ham and turkey meals to over 55 local families in the Malden area. Although Kiwanis works as a team, she is one team member that I wouldn't want to work without. She is synonymous with the term community service, and I'm honored to present this award to her. Thank you.
this evening, but as my fellow board members at the Ever Credit Union will tell you, I'm never afraid to speak. All of you know that no one does this alone. I'm accepting this honor on behalf of all of the people that I work with, all of my teammates, members of the Malden Kiwanis team who work tirelessly for their goal of serving all of the children of the world, one child at a time. People like Danielle, Lucille, Betty, and myself who work all year long buying toys, warm clothes, so we can fill those holiday baskets. The members of the scholarship committee will sit with me for hours reviewing applications so we can award small stipends to deserving students who have community involvement. These are my teammates. And as the old adage states, and my mother always said to me when she wanted me to do the dishes with my sister, many hands make light work. So I'd like to thank all of you. I'd especially like to thank my friends and family for being here, my beautiful daughters, Howard and Laurie, for being here to support. And a special thanks goes to my most important teammate, my partner in business, my partner in life. And he never fails to remind me that he took me from the inner city and brought me to the suburbs of Malden. All-American City, 1968. My husband, Joe. Without our unique partnership, I probably wouldn't be standing before you here this evening. Thank you all very much.
I did take it.
To present the second award of the evening, the Community Achievement Award, please join me in welcoming to the stage former Chamber President Jordan Shapiro, Esquire Shapiro and Henda, and Chamber Board Member Colleen Twinham of the Ever Credit Union.
Tonight's Community Achievement Award is being presented to a young, respected attorney who works tirelessly for the Malden community. She has worked in several Malden service organizations and dedicates herself within those organizations towards empowering, promoting, and improving the quality of life for all men, women, and children, whether sick, disabled, or impoverished. This person is someone who I consider to be a loyal friend to all. It is my privilege and honor to announce Danielle Hender as the recipient of the Community Achievement Award. Danielle was raised in the city of Cambridge. She received her undergraduate degree from Bentley College in 1986. She graduated from the New England School of Law in 1998 in the top 10% of her class. Who was on the dean's list for every semester and graduated cum laude. Danielle has been a great lecturer, has been a guest lecturer at New England School of Law. In 1996, Danielle went to work as an intern for the then city solicitor, Jordan Shapiro. Jordan and Danielle remained in contact once the internship was completed. And in 1998, Jordan asked Danielle to join him as a part-timer, and the rest is history. So thank you, Jordan, for bringing this talented person to Malden. Since moving to Malden in 1998, Danielle has been a member of the following organizations: First District Eastern Middlesex Bar Association, the Malden Kiwanis. Danielle joined the Kiwanis in August of 2001. In October of 2002, she became a board member. She was president from 2005 to 2006. As a Kiwanian, Danielle has been an intricate part of a wonderful group of volunteers who help promote services awareness to Malden residents. For example, the Holiday Basket, which distributes food baskets and toys for those in need. Healthy Malden, which promotes bike and safety awareness and provides helmets to children, is involved in the Title I program. She's also been a member of the YWCA of Malden. From December of 2006 through September of 2008, Danielle was president of the board of directors for the YWCA. And prior to that was a board member for 3 years. As president of the board, she, along with other volunteers, provided and supported and fundraised for such programs as child care to Malden residents, promoted a teen leadership program, a women residency program, provided screening information for breast and cervical cancer. Personally, I have known Danielle for about 6 years and is someone I truly admire and respect. But not only does Danielle have a loving family, a successful career, but she also knows the joy of giving to others. Congratulations to Danielle and all the other recipients.
All right, everybody. I've been waiting for this day for about 10 years, to tell you the truth. And it's now my turn. Before I do, Dennis unintentionally omitted to introduce our sweetheart of a school committee lady. Gladys Rivera Rogers is here. And I think he omitted Counselor from Ward 1, who we probably couldn't see. Paul Condon is over here, too. I'd like to welcome both of those. Nice to see you all. Now, Danielle, of course, has been like a daughter to me, as all of you know. That means that she's always asking me for money. She's always disappearing, and I never know where she is. She never listens to me when I tell her what to do. She's always nagging and complaining, just like a daughter, right? And, of course, everybody knows that she's the sweet, lovely, Irish, nice girl that she is. And I say she's like a stereotype Irish person. You know, she's 90% of the time, she's got a breath of alcohol in her breath. Her eyes are red, her face is red, her eyes are bloodshot. They told me not to say this, but, you know, I wasn't going to mention anything. They told me not to say it. They would talk about when she was in college, in her years in the brothel, that she told me not to mention that, when she was hanging around with John Edwards and Elliot Spitzer and Bill Clinton. They told me that, so forget that I said that. That's not true. It's all I made it up. Now, some of you know that she did eventually come to work for me in the law department. I was working on the Jim Conway when I was the city solicitor. She came to work in the law department as a volunteer. So that meant we paid her nothing, and she was worth nothing. So she was a wonderful, wonderful worker in the law department. And then she came to me to work in my private office, which is a wonderful thing, because I realized she's a very, very organized person. I noticed on her desk that she had 2 boxes. One was marked the inbox, and the other one was marked the inbox. I mean, she never got anything out. That's what it was called, the inbox. I just couldn't understand. Well, of course, as the time has gone by, she's improved. Along with, just like a fine wine, she's improved. Of course, she drinks a lot of fine wine. But still, now that she's working with me, she's become an expert in bankruptcy law. And of course, everyone would expect her to become an expert in bankruptcy law because she doesn't pay her own bills. So she's excellent in helping other people to help them control their debts. And so I finally conclude by telling you that she is indeed one of the sweetest, nicest people in the world. I know she can take a joke, and I'm somewhat afraid to answer the mic with her remarks. I know she's been told that I might say some after, but congratulations, she's a sweetheart and well-deserving this wonderful. They're not using it.
Actually, I'd like to thank Colleen for the very kind words, and I'd also also like to thank Jordan for the kind words. But as to anything else, I'm invoking my Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination, and I'm looking for a lawyer for my defamation suit. I knew that there was stuff that was coming, and he wouldn't tell me. Really, I'd like to thank you for the kind introduction. It's a rare opportunity to be told the things about you and how other people perceive you, and you've given me a really great gift, and I'll take that with me for the rest of my life. I'd like to thank the Chamber for recognizing me for the Shining Star Award for Community Achievement. I'd like to congratulate Lorraine, Alex, Jim, and Dennis for their awards as well. I'm humbled to be in your company. I think about the city of Malden, and I think about the organizations that come together on a year-in, year-out basis and recognize individuals, and I'm somewhat amazed that the city of Malden continues to produce individuals that are deserving of recognition. The Chamber comes every year. Zonda, my beloved YWCA, we come every year and we find a group of 5, 6, 10 people to honor and recognize. I'm not sure what's special about the water here in the city of Malden, but I'm glad to call Malden my home. Let's see. As many of you may know, as they told you, that I'm not a Maldonian by birth, and I moved here in 1999. And I moved here because the rent was cheap, and my commute to work was about 3 minutes. My commute to work now is about 4.5 minutes. But I stayed in Malden, and I made Malden my home because of the people here, because of the city, and because of the community service of those individuals whom I've come in contact with. If I've achieved anything here in the city, it's because of my friends and my colleagues in the Kiwanis Club of the YWCA and the YWCA. I've made many friends, and I have many colleagues that each have given me. More than that, though, they've given me an opportunity to find in myself an ability and a desire to give and to give back and to make this a better place to be. I know that the impact is felt of the work that we do. I know it because in years past, my sisters at the YWCA have been recognized, and here tonight as honorees are Lorraine Dankett and Alex Dan, members of my Kiwanis Club. While preparing my remarks, I did what most lawyers do. I asked questions, and then I asked some more questions. And I wanted to know what's the basis of the Community Achievement Award. And I asked around, and then I finally ended up with an answer from Jordan. So please take this with the intent that it is underlying good intentions. He said, because I've come to Malden in a relatively short period of time, I've immersed myself in the city. I've become members of community organizations. I support other community organizations and charities. I've become a partner in the preeminent Malden law firm of Shapiro and Hender. And I hang out here at Anthony's. And I said, well, of course, where else is there to go in the city of Malden but here at Anthony's? So here we are again on a Thursday night, recognizing other people, and here at Anthony's having another good time. On Saturday, I was looking through a magazine, and I came across this beautiful ad for the Susan G. Komen Race for a Cure, and its tagline was "Impact, Make One." So I hope that I have. I hope that I continue to do so, and I leave you with the directive that you make an impact in the lives and the communities that you serve and that you live in. If I've made an impact at all, though I haven't done it alone. I've had a lot of help along the way and a lot of support. So for that, I'd like to thank my mother, Dot, my sister, Jill, and my nephew, Roman, for their understanding when they say, I can't, I have a meeting. Or when I ask them to buy another raffle ticket or attend another event. To my cousin Debbie and her husband Hugh, and my friends, those present tonight and those who couldn't be here, when I run through my calendar and they smile and nod, and when we're trying to make plans, and again, it's I can't, I have a meeting. For my co-workers for trying to keep track of my schedule and for their never-ending support of my raffle ticket sales. To my friends and colleagues at the Kiwanis Club and my sisters at the YWCA who know exactly what I mean. Without all of you, I would have achieved nothing. In closing, I'd like to thank my nominators, Colleen Feineman and David Moravitz, and my business partner, friend, and confidant, Jordan Shapiro, who is the reason I came to Malden in the first place and to whom I am indebted in so many ways for it's Jordan that introduced me to the Kiwanis Club and community service. Of course, you can blame him if you want to. Thank you.
Okay, we're back to the next presentation, and it's the third award of the evening, and it's the President's Award. And the presenter is our Chamber President, Patricia Morrow from Combined Properties. Pat?
Thank you. Okay, the President's Award this year goes to Dennis Lafreniere. Come on up, Dennis. I met Dennis about 7 years ago. He was being sworn in, as was I, on the board of the Malden Chamber of Commerce. He introduced himself to me at once, and I remember thinking how genuinely friendly he was. I looked forward to working with him, but to my dismay, I learned that he had left the board. Maybe a year later, I was invited to attend a Rotary meeting. That was the second time I ran into Dennis. He was president-elect of the Malden Rotary Club. And when he finally took the office of president, he asked me to be his treasurer. And that's when I really learned about Dennis. I can tell you that Dennis is a licensed private pilot, a scuba diving instructor, a certified fire service instructor, a CPR instructor, and a certified emergency medical technician. I can tell you that he was the chief of the Malden Fire Department, group commander and hazardous materials officer, that he holds a U.S. Coast Guard captain's license, and that he was in the Navy and served in Vietnam. I can tell you that he's a sailor and is planning a trip around the world. But most of all, I can tell you about the generosity and deep concern for others. Through Rotary, Dennis has gone on 6 Rotoclass missions to South America, meaning that he has participated in and helped with surgeries for cleft palates at his own expense. He has also helped with the National Immunization Day for polio in India. And in 2007, Dennis was finally recognized and awarded the Rotary International Service Above Self Award. He is also a Paul Harris Fellow. These are the things about Dennis that I admire, that he gives of himself. And this is why I've chosen him to receive the President's Award this year. Thank you, Dennis.
Unaccustomed to public speaking as I am, in order to keep it brief, you must make notes. As people know me, if I don't have notes in front of me, this could go on for a while. I'd like to thank the Chamber, and especially Pat, for all that she's done. I am deeply honored and humbled by this award.
I know. Same problem.
Oh, geez, that's what I wrote. Is that it? I am not accepting this award for myself because truly I don't deserve this award. There are many people out there that deserve this more than I do. And I am extremely honored and, as I said, deeply humbled by it. But I am accepting this for the many Malden firefighters, police officers, and EMS personnel who give their lives daily to serve and protect all of us. And also to the members of the Malden Rotary, who are as unselfish as any group that I have known. I look around and I see many others who are much more deserving than I. I grew up in the 50s and the 60s, To me, those were the best years to be a young boy and a young man. Many things happened during that time, both good and bad. Those things had a lot to do with shaping my life. I have been extremely fortunate in my life. I have a wonderful family and a wonderful girlfriend and significant other, Rita. They have supported me through thick and thin, in good times and bad times. I had the best job in the world being a firefighter in the city of Malden. No greater honor can be bestowed upon me than to have been a member of such a great and noble organization. Many things have happened while I was on the department. One of the things, not so good, happened in Worcester, and I wear this ribbon to remind me of the dedication that firefighters give, not only in Malden, not only in the Commonwealth of Mass, but around the country. This ribbon was given to me by the wives of the 8 firefighters who lost their life. I spent 5 days in helping recover the bodies. I will never forget that time, and I will cherish this ribbon till the day I die. I have had many great mentors and people to look up to, but 3 have influenced my life the most. They just happen to be people from the 60s, an extremely formative time in my life. Thank you. Martin Luther King, Robert Kennedy, and President John F. Kennedy. These 3 men died much too early, and the world changed dramatically after their deaths. Martin Luther King spoke to many people when he said, "I have a dream." He was not just speaking to blacks, Hispanics, or African Americans. He was speaking to all of us. I have a dream. Robert Kennedy said, "Some people see things and say, why? I dream things and say, why not?" But the person who influenced me the most was President John Fitzgerald Kennedy. During his inauguration speech, he said, "Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country." I feel that if each and every one of us believed this and acted in this fashion, this country and this world would be a much better place. I have attempted to live my life according to those words. I have been so very fortunate in my life. Some people call it payback. Some call it pay forward. Whatever you want to call it, do it. God has been very good to me. The very least I can do is give it back. I hope I have. One final thought. Memorial Day is coming. Please remember those who are serving in the military to keep us free. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you.
Well, I've been enjoying my job up here as a human easel. If anybody's noticed that, I've been holding awards for the last half an hour. And then I got thrown under the bus. So I watch a lot of court television, you know, the Law and Order type shows. And George, could you stand up for a second? Just one second, just stand. I see this. I see this on TV all the time. I really got to try this. For the record, sir, could you state your name and occupation?
Attorney at law.
Thank you, sir. On this particular day in question. Did you not identify the co-MC, Dennis Arcatato, as the individual who omitted such dignitaries as Gladys Rivera and Paul Condon? Yes or no? And yes or no?
Probably.
Yes or no? So did you identify said MC as the omitter of the dignitaries?
I claim the Fifth Amendment privilege. I think I did.
We'll take that as a yes, sir. Sir, who was responsible for providing the said co-MC with the list of dignitaries? Can you identify that man?
I see he's not guilty by reason of insanity.
And we all know that he is insane. You know where I was going with that. Can somebody get the tire tracks off me? To present the fourth award of the evening, Educator of the Year, please join me in welcoming Dr. Joe McCleary of the Mystic Valley Regional Charter School and Mr. Neil McKinnon, Counselor of Ward 6 and Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Mystic Valley Regional Charter School.
Good evening, and it is my pleasure this evening to honor and announce the Educator of the Year Award of the Malden Chamber of Commerce, who is Mr. Alex Dan. Mr. Dan epitomizes what it is to be the Educator of the Year, I believe, as he not only educates the mind, but the body and spirit as well. And with that, Mr. Alex Dan. Tonight, Dr. McCleary and I have the pleasure of introducing you to Mr. Alex Dan. I first met Alex 6 years ago at Mystic Valley Charter School when the school was searching for a head swimming coach. It was then looking for an age group coach because we only had a K through 8 school. For those of you who don't know me, I am swimming's version of a hockey player. You get the good with the bad, and I'm really not easy to satisfy. Alex and I met for a half hour and for a discussion after he made it known that he wanted to become or was interested in becoming the school's swimming coach. As the school's unofficial swim team sponsor, I had personally met a number of candidates, but was not completely satisfied that any would ever fulfill the vision of getting Mystic Valley to the level where it could become a varsity program and a success. A success that in 4 or 5 years, maybe we could be a 500 team. Well, I met Alex, and you can see here, he was right out of college at the time, and he looked like a teenager. And I said, oh boy, here we go again. Well, after that half hour, I was more than convinced that Alex had the inner strength and the determination. You could just feel it. As the board chair, I went back to the leadership team and I said, geez, he seems like the right person. And they hired him. Well, today, I can tell you, after 1 year running that age group program, Alex formed the Mystic Valley Regional Charter School varsity swim team with students in grades 7 through 10. In the first year, they went 4 and 7. In the second year, they went 7 and 4. In the last 2 years, after entering the Commonwealth Athletic Conference, they have gone 23 and 3 and won 2 Commonwealth Athletic Conference championships. This is no small accomplishment. The only losses they had awarded twice to Austin Prep, who has been the Central Catholic champion for a number of years, and once to the GBL champion last year at Malden High School. I am proud to announce this evening that this year that trend was reversed, and Alex actually took his team and stunned the team on Salem Street. You got to get the mic. And we have a good rivalry going now. Alex does a number of other things, but the biggest thing is to the children, he leads through example. He shows them on a day-to-day basis that indeed hard work, perseverance, and being good to one another will lead to good things. And in fact, Alex's team was honored by the MIA as with a sportsmanship award, which is actually as big of an honor for the school as any championships that it wins. Finally, as you go around town, you will often see students painting mailboxes, utility boxes, taking graffiti off of walls and all. This is a program that Alex has implemented and taken off, and really, I think, again, epitomizes the civic attitude that the board and the Chamber of Commerce takes as its goal. So with that, I will turn it over to Dr. McCleary, who can certainly tell you a lot more about Alex, which is far more important on the academic side. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. Alexander J. Dan has been a teacher and a coach and an advisor at Mystic Valley Charter School since 2004. He holds a Master's of Education degree from American International College and a BA in English from Michigan State University. Alex is currently our English department chair at the school, in addition to being the head varsity swim coach. And he has responsibilities for teacher development as well as oversight of the English curriculum throughout the school. He also teaches the International Baccalaureate English program, as well as the IB Capstone course, which is known as the Theory of Knowledge class. He teaches our upper school students in those areas. He has been twice named assistant examiner in his field by the International Baccalaureate Organization. He has been named Advisor of the Year by the New England District of the Key Club for 2007-2008. He was also recently nominated to serve on the board of directors of Malden's own Kiwanis Club. He also coordinates an organization known as Creativity Action Service, which is part of the IB program, International Baccalaureate Program. And I think here, as Neil alluded to, is where Alex really shines. He's very, very good at what he does with the English department and his work with the student academics, but he is especially noteworthy in this area. I think this past year I heard a little story that highlighted that Jordan Shapiro, our recent past president of the Chamber of Commerce, was in his office up here off of Main Street near Mountain Avenue, and he noticed some teenagers outside, and it looked like they were getting ready with their paint cans to take on a mailbox. And Jordan, being the vigilant guardian of the law, thought he saw something bad about to happen, and so he headed out to scold the teenagers and make sure he headed off what looked like it was going to be another graffiti attack. But when he got there, he recognized that one of the students was actually Mr. Dan. They were all dressed in their old clothes, but they were in fact getting ready to cover up some old graffiti on the mailbox. And so instead of performing a citizen's arrest, he congratulated them. But I think that shows the kind of ubiquitous presence that Alex has throughout Malden. You can go through Malden pretty much any time, and you might run into them cleaning a park or covering up graffiti, or in some way contributing to the welfare of this community. Perhaps this is no surprise. Alex, as I said, went to Michigan State University. A couple of years ago, I was in East Lansing, and I took the opportunity to learn more about the university. I found out that They are ranked as one of the top universities in the country for community service. 14,000 students at Michigan State perform community service of some kind. They also are one of the top universities in the country for sending people to the Peace Corps to volunteer in other countries. They're in the top 3 in this country. So I think Alex comes from a long tradition of that sort of community service, and he's a real asset to our school and our community. You know, as a former English professor, I always have a little bit of one ear attuned to the meanings of words. And I was thinking about what I was going to say tonight about Alex, and it suddenly occurred to me that his name, of course, comes from the Greek, but his name means leader of men. And I thought, well, that's a perfect name for him. He's a leader of young men, he's a leader of young women at our school, and he's a leader in the way that he gives back to the community and the kind of example that he sets for us. So with great pride, I want to congratulate Alex J. Dan.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for this humbling award. Thank you first to the Chamber for naming me as Educator of the Year. It's deeply satisfying, but also a little bit awkward and strange to get an award for doing something that I love to do, which is serving the community and working with students. So thank you. Before I go on, let me first express my congratulations to the other honorees. I'm proud to be among you and to be placed alongside such vital contributors to the community. I accept this award on behalf of all the devoted teachers at Mystic Valley Regional Charter School. Together, we are committed to fulfilling a mission we truly believe in and live by, one that has contributed to the success Mystic Valley students now enjoy. I'd like to also thank everyone at the school, at the Mystic Valley Regional Charter School. I consider it my privilege to teach at what I consider to be a world-class institution like Mystic Valley, and the school's effect on me over the course of the past 6 years really can't be understated, both professionally and personally. I'm tremendously fortunate to have interacted with some incredible individuals, some standing right next to me now, individuals who have profoundly influenced me in so many ways. To that end, I'd like to thank the members of Mystic Valley's Board of Directors for their incredible vision and insight. Your support has been truly indispensable. I'd like to thank Neil Kinnan in particular for playing a critical role in my development and for working tirelessly for the school and for the city of Malden. Thanks to the school's administration, Mr. Chris Finn, thank you for standing as an unwavering paragon of a leader and for helping me to achieve many of my goals. Superintendent Dr. Joseph McCleary, thank you for your guidance and for compelling me to be my best. I'd like to also acknowledge and thank the City of Malden, specifically Mayor Howard and the city's councilors, for providing me with such, and the students with such access to its resources. My students, as well as my fiance, would attest to the fact that my artistic abilities leave something to be desired, as evidenced by my crude stick figure drawings in English class. They're poor, to put it mildly. To entrust me with a group of students aiming to eliminate graffiti, therefore, truly represents a leap of faith on the part of the city, so thank you. Most significantly, thank you to the students of Mystic Valley, some of whom are here tonight, to my right. While I may guide and facilitate your hard work, you are ultimately responsible for putting me on the stage and deserve to be recognized. So if we could just give them a round of applause. Students, you devote a tremendous amount of time and effort to preparing for my tests and quizzes. You brave the bitter winter conditions in order to arrive promptly on time for swim practice, only to do it again 2 hours later with wet hair. You spend countless hours improving your home, school, and community through organizations like Key Club, Mystic Valley Student Action Service Club, and other local organizations as well. In IB English, when I recommend that you reread texts in order to improve your comprehension, you actually do it. You, along with your parents, plan and attend fundraising events like Pastapalooza, which bring our vital community together at the school. When I set an expectation, no matter the venue, you consistently exceed it. You represent all the focused, devoted, caring, and hardworking students of Mystic Valley, and I stand here now because of your efforts. So thank you. Finally, I'd like to thank my best friend and fiance, Tony Pepe, for her unwavering love and support, despite my often chaotic schedule. So thank you for putting up with that. And I'm very appreciative. Thank you.
And our presenters are Chris Mayetta from Combined Properties and Ward 4 City Councilor Jim Nestor.
Thank you. It is my great honor and privilege for me to be here tonight to introduce this year's Lifetime Achievement Award winner. The recipient of this Lifetime Achievement Award has provided over 47 years of public service to the citizens in the city of Malden. Of those 47 years, 2 were spent serving on the Malden School Committee, 8 years on the City Council, 8 years as a state representative, and 16 years as its mayor. This individual also served as the director of his state fuel assistance program. He is a past executive director of the Malden Chamber of Commerce and is currently serving as the chairman of the Malden Licensing Board. This year's award winner is Mayor James Conley. Before we bring up Mayor Conway, we'd just like to play a short video, and I'd like to bring up its creator from MATV, Mr. Ron Cox. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. I just want to say a few things about Jim, because Jim has been a fantastic supporter of Malden Access Television. For those who don't know it, I'm very grateful to Jim. But when MATV was founded, Jim is the one who had the vision and the foresight to put together a board of members from the community that were nonpartisan and took it out of the mayor's office and made it part of the community. And I'll never forget that, Jim. Thank you very much for making Malden Access. The other thing I want to say is the video I just finished editing it about 2 hours ago. And there is a couple of things in graphics that you might see kind of changing because the computer crashed just before I made the dub. So please forgive that. But there will be a corrected version for you, Jim, that you'll have for yourself, and in fact a longer version, because we had to shorten it up. We didn't want to go too long. So I want to express that, so when you see the video, there'll be a longer version for you. But enjoy it.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry I couldn't be here for the annual Chamber Stars event. I'm out of town on some municipal business, but I wanted to make sure I took the opportunity to say congratulations to all the honorees. Congratulations to Jim Conway for his recognition on his lifetime achievement by the Chamber. Jim, whether it's been as a city councilor or as a mayor or even as the president of the Chamber of Commerce, you've been a wonderful asset to our community, and I certainly congratulate the Chamber in congratulating you for a lifetime of work devoted to the residents of the city of Malden in many, many roles. So wish you very well and hope you enjoy your evening. And finally, Jim, all of us in Malden look forward to the rest of your lifetime achievements, and we wish you many, many more.
James, I've known you for a long time. I remember when I was a teenager and you were my parents' insurance man. You'd come to the door, ring the doorbell, they would stand and chat with you, you'd collect their payment, we'd watch you walk down the stairs, stop at the curb, pick up your cigar, take a few puffs, and go on to your next customer. You've brought lots of joy and happiness to young people and to the mature community of Malden. I can remember my mother calling me and saying, "Oh, I voted today." And I would say, "Well, how did you get to the polling place?" "Oh, I called the mayor. He arrived in his big car, he rang the doorbell, he escorted me down the stairs, took me into the polling place, brought me home." She was so happy. She would say, "Åh, han så väldigt stilig. Han så väldigt snar." You have brought charm and charisma to everyone. You have done it your way. Thank you. Congratulations.
The interesting thing about Jim is that, as everybody knows, he always wanted to help everyone, and I mean everyone. And no matter who it was, he would always try and assist them in some way. But he always wanted to follow the law. So as a result of that, he and I had meetings almost daily where we shared coffee together and went over what the business of the day was for the City Hall Law Department. And one of the most exciting and pleasant things for both of us in this city was when Jim's very close friend, Ed Quinn, became the ward counselor for the City of Malden's Ward 5, the same ward that I was born in and remained in all of my life. And then after I became friendly with some of his people in his office, I then stole his secretary, Mary Quinn, to become the secretary for me in the City Hall Law Department. And then, as many of our close circle of friends know, Mary became the mistress of both Jim Conway and myself. And so, on occasion, as our circle of friends know, Jim and I would walk down the street, and my wife and Mary Quinn would be coming towards us. And I would say to Jim, "Hey, Jim, here comes my wife and my mistress." And he would say, "Gee, Jordan, I was about to say the same thing." I'm sure there's a joke in there someplace, as everybody knows. So I'm warning you, Mary Quinn is my girl. Make sure, Jim, that you keep your hands off of Mary Quinn. Because if you don't, you'll have the wrath of every Jew in Malden. And I think there are probably about 10 of them left. Seriously, Jim, you're a great friend that I am honored to have worked with and befriended over all these years. I'm sure I'm in a long list of friends who can't thank you enough for everything that you've done for myself and my family. I wish you good times, good health, and long life. Congratulations, Jim.
Hi, Jim. I'm sure you're having a great time tonight along with the other esteemed honorees, Danielle, Lorraine, Dennis, and Alex. Congratulations to you all. Jim, I've had the honor to work for you in the past, with you in the present, and ultimately ended up related to you. Say hi. Through Zoe here, who started her life with you and your family, and who we ended up caring for and we're blessed to have in our lives now. We are very happy to share in your celebration tonight through this video and MATV. And again, congratulations for this Lifetime Achievement Award. Well earned. Good night.
Hi, Jim. Sorry we can't be there tonight, but we both wanted to extend our well wishes to you. I just want to thank you for being such an important part of our lives, personal and professionally. I want to congratulate you on your Lifetime Achievement Award from the Chamber, and I can't wait to see what you do in the next 80 years. Congratulations.
And Jim, I echo the remarks that my wife Sheila made, but I also want to tell you that I was honored and privileged to serve with you twice. The first time in the 70s as a city councilor in your first term as mayor, and again in the 80s when you came back again as mayor and I was a city controller. But you've dedicated your life to the citizens of Malden, and especially to the youngsters and the student athletes of Malden, and you were honored by being placed on the Hall of Fame at the high school by the Golden Tornado Club. Again, Mayor, it's been my privilege and my honor to be associated with you, and again, congratulations on your award this evening.
I would like to take a moment and thank Mayor Jim Conway for his many years of public service. In particular, I would like to thank him for being among the first to reach out and give me advice when I took office in 2004. He advised me to always return every phone call and fill every pothole. Jim also guided me through the first contentious issue of my term, which was the lifting of the ban of alcohol sales on Sundays. And after some of the issues I've faced over the years, this has been a good thing for me. Congratulations, Jim, on receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Hi, Jim. I just wanted to take a minute of time tonight to thank you for all your years of service to the citizens and residents of Malden. You've spent a long period of your life providing support and substance to the families that live here in Malden, and it has been most appreciative. I certainly want to congratulate you tonight on receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Malden Chamber of Commerce. It couldn't happen to any nicer of a person, certainly someone that I have grown to know a little bit deeper in my role as City Councilor, and most appreciative of all the effort that you provide to me. And in closing, Jim, again, sit back tonight. Tonight you should enjoy this evening as we enjoy celebrating your time and your life with the City of Malden. And again, many congratulations on this particular award.
Congratulations, Jimmy, for the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Chamber of Commerce. This is your good friend Arthur Kahn. We go back many years. Our families have roots in Malden like yours, and I feel honored to be able to say a few words about my good friend Jim, from being a representative, school committee, the mayor, one of the greatest mayors around, and not just a mayor, Jim, but a good friend. I'll never forget the times when people were sick or they received an honor. You were right there, Jim. That's how you were, and that's how you will be for the rest of your life, Jim. And I could tell stories about you and I, but I don't want to let my wife find out about it. She'd probably be very upset. But again, I want to congratulate you, Jim, for this well-deserved honor from the Malden Chamber of Commerce. And as I recall, you were a former executive director of the Chamber of Commerce, and as I said, you had many hats, Jim. But I do recall we used to go down to the stadium and you'd sit in the corner, rain or shine, and cheer on the Golden Tornado Club. You're a good sportsman and a wonderful person, Jim. And I wish you many more years of health and happiness, and I'll see you later. God love you, Jim. Arthur.
I'm here to give a shout out to my old classmate, Jim Conway. Jim and I go way back, and he was one of the more famous, or maybe I should say infamous, members of the great class of 1948. That's right, 1948, blue and gold forever. I won't sing the fight song, Jim, because I figure you'll probably have enough embarrassment and humiliation throughout this rather to have to endure that as well. I have the yearbook here, and I'm looking at Jim's picture as we shoot, and it says, Jimbo is the well-known drum major of the Sacred Heart Crusaders. And who could ever not remember Jim strutting down the street in front of that wonderful drum and bugle corps? It goes on, his ambition is to become a shoe store manager. After graduation, I got married and moved out of Malden for a bit, so I didn't hear much of Jim or what he was up to. I really don't know if he ever did make shoe store manager. But when I moved back, lo and behold, he became the mayor of the city of Malden. In the meantime, you're no longer in the mayor's office, but you still have continued for many years to serve the city in a variety of ways. So here's to you, Jim. Good luck to you for the future. Keep on serving the city as you have done for so many years, well into your senior year, our years, or should I say our senior years, classmates.
Hi, Jim. Congratulations on your Lifetime Achievement Award. It was a lifetime achievement and a lifetime of service to everyone here in Malden. I can't think of an organization or a group of people that needed your help that you didn't deliver. And I know from all of us at the YMCA, whether it was building a new YMCA or helping to send a child to camp, you always said yes, and you delivered. From all of us, congratulations, thank you, God bless you.
Mayor Conway, congratulations on your Lifetime Achievement Award. It is truly an honor for me to be here to witness this historic event. As City Council President, I want to extend the entire gratitude of the City Council. On a personal level, I also want to thank you. You were one of the first politicians to contact me and tell me whatever I needed, you'd be more than happy to help me out. Like Tip O'Neill once said, all politics is local, and I think that over your political career, that's everything you exemplified and still continue this day. Congratulations on this historic event.
Tonight we are gathered together to pay tribute to Jim Conway with the Lifetime Achievement Award presented by the Malden Chamber of Commerce. You know, I remember Jim well, not only as our former mayor and state rep, but as a decent and honorable man. It was Jim's dedicated service to this community that, what? He's still alive? And he's in the audience tonight? Oh, geez. Oh, but seriously, Jim, I got to tell you, I am thrilled to be part of this wonderful and well-deserved tribute. And I've got to thank you for three things. First of all, as Executive Director of Malden Access Television, I am truly grateful for your inspired leadership in creating MATV, Malden's Media Center. It was your decision to create a founding board made up of nonpartisan members of this community and not part of the mayor's office that was truly visionary, and also helped create one of the most vibrant media centers in the region. And second, as a former youth worker for both the Malden YMCA and the Malden YWCA, I will always be grateful for your support and encouragement in making the lives of these kids better. And finally, as former cartoonist for both the Malden Sun-Times and Malden This Week newspapers, I got to tell you, I will always be grateful for your dapper sense of fashion. Yes, those white shoes and those bell-bottom suits gave me plenty of material to work with. Jim, thank you so much. So Jim, I should say, Gentleman Jim, thank you so much for your inspiring leadership, for being who you are, and for your dedicated service to this community. Good luck, Jim.
Hi, Jim. Congratulations on your Lifetime Achievement Award from the Malden Chamber of Commerce. It certainly was well deserved. When I think of you, there's three things that come to mind. One of them is the blizzard of '78. I saw you work tirelessly for the city of Malden in that time of need, to the point where you actually ended up in the hospital from sheer exhaustion. The second thing is, I think of you walking to the football games at Malden Stadium with our good friend Alvin Long. And I always admired the way you cheered on not only the teams, but the city and the people who live in it during all your time as mayor and your other duties. The third thing is that every time that we asked you at the YMCA to chip in to help, you were there, you stepped up, and you did for us a great many wonderful things, helped us out considerably. We wish you well and hope that your future is full of happy endeavors. Thank you.
Hi, Jim. I've known who you are virtually my entire life, but I didn't get to know you until I had the opportunity to serve with you on the license board the last 9 years. The thing I admire most about you is the way that you treat people. In every situation that I've seen you, you treat people with the utmost respect. You are a true gentleman, and it's been my privilege to know you. Congratulations on the award. You certainly deserve it.
How are we supposed to do this? I'm used to eating peanuts off your head. What are you doing so high? I'm not doing this. Put the other one. Put the other one.
What do you mean put the other one on? What's wrong with this?
No,
Jim.
No.
Jim.
Now, I'm the boss. Get down. Get down. Get down. Get
Is
down.
this okay?
Congratulations, Jim.
No, I don't like it.
Hello, everyone. Tonight the chamber would... Wait a minute. Jim Conway, is that you? Is that you, Jim? What are you doing here tonight of all nights? Just kidding, people. I guess now it's time to get serious. Jim and his late wife, Ann, and Anthony and I fell in love with the Isle of Aruba. And so, after going down so many years in a row, we both decided that we would buy condos there. Well, we did that, but we didn't buy at the same place. However, we did buy the same weeks. Well, when we were there a couple of nights, we would go out for dinner. And Ann and I loved to gamble. Unfortunately, Jim and Anthony didn't. But to pacify us after dinner, they would take us to a casino and they would wait in the lobby until we were through doing what we had to do. Well, we were not happy with this. Ann and I were not anyway. So we devised a plan. We would ask the guys, or rather we would tell the guys that we wanted to go back to the hotel, and as soon as they were asleep, we would meet in the hallway down in the corridor of the hotel, and we would take off and go to a casino, and everything was fine because we were doing what we wanted to do, and the guys were sleeping like they wanted to do, and all was right with the world. So now I'd like to conclude by saying this. Tonight, dear friend, along with your family, friends, and everyone else here that loves you and who came to celebrate this special moment with you, Anthony and I would like to join them by congratulating you upon receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award this evening. Jim, in both your private and personal life, you have truly lived the circle of life, and I believe that your heart is full of joy and pride because you have the satisfaction of knowing that through it all, you stood tall, you faced it all, and yes, you did it your way.
All began, it just seemed like heaven, so I did it. Do you remember back in the fall? Remember it again, all day long. Do you remember us holding hands? Remember we just as I stand. Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time?
Okay, let's see if this is working. I think I should mention, Jim said earlier he's getting so charged up by this, he's thinking of running for mayor again. But then it's probably just as well that Richard isn't here this evening. In Jim Conway's case, the Lifetime Achievement Award is really a Lifetime Service Award. The overriding theme in Jim's life has been helping people, as we've heard. It's actually his calling. It's why he got involved in public service in the first place. And he's dedicated his life to it. Some people are issue-oriented. Jim is people-oriented. A few things that maybe you don't know about Jim. He's a true Yankee Doodle dandy. He was truly born on July 4th, on the 4th of July. As a state representative, he had the best attendance record of any representative or senator. In one legislative session, he voted on 240 out of 241 roll calls. As mayor during the blizzard of '78, he was on duty virtually around the clock for an entire week until he collapsed from exhaustion and was admitted to Malden Hospital. He loved school sports, Malden High, Malden Catholic, Mystic Valley Regional Charter, travels the state on his own time to follow hockey, basketball, football, and baseball. A few years ago, the Boston Globe did a feature about Jim Conway, and this is what they wrote in part. Mayor James S. Conway of Malden looks like a mayor is supposed to look. He is a handsome guy right out of central casting, with that battleship gray hair and breezy personality. He gives you the firm handshake. He looks you right in the eyes and says, "It's nice to see you." The unusual part is that you can believe him. No one knows the full story of how many people Jim has helped and continues to help behind the scenes. Quietly, one person at a time, lending an ear, finding a job, helping them get access to services. It's not just what Jim does, it's how he does it. Here's some word association. I'll mention some words, and I think you'll agree that they add up to one person. Character, values, sincerity, wisdom, humility, tolerance, generosity, perseverance, loyalty, sense of humor. Some people would claim a certain flair with the ladies. Most importantly, friend. I'll just mention that I've been working on Jim to get him to buy a computer so he can join the world online. He'll be able to keep up with sports, all of his sports and news. We'll be able to send him emails. He's resisting, so if you're talking with Jim, put in a good word. Socrates, the great philosopher of ancient Greece, said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." In Jim Conway, we have a life that is clearly worth examining, a life to celebrate, a life that inspires us. So Jim, on behalf of the Chamber, Jim Nestor and I would like to present you with the Lifetime Achievement Award.
That's my whole political life upside down. I walked in tonight and I saw this wonderful crowd. I looked around and turned to the gentleman next to me and I said, "Let me know when Mayor Howard comes tonight, will you? Let me know when he gets here. I'm sorry he couldn't be here and I appreciate his kind words." Because what I was thinking of was that this is like the old days when I was campaigning all through those 30 campaigns that I was in. And I'm saying, I'm going to ask him if he's going to run for re-election. Because I'm forming a committee to be the first gentleman ever in at the age of 80 to mayor of the city of Malden if he doesn't run. I have to say this to you that I didn't prepare any words, any statements. I'm just humbled by this tremendous award. What I did do though is I kept my ears and eyes, and I have a scout out there that tells me the Bruins are leading by 1 goal up and down. And the Celtics are up at the half. And down at last night I missed Dancing with the Stars, and I'll be damned if I'm going to miss Grey's Anatomy tonight. So I'm very, very pleased. I'll tell you that I want to give my personal congratulations to the other award winners tonight. Well deserved, and I'm proud to be able to stand up here with them. As one of them said, and I think 2 of them said, and I'll be very brief about this, that it isn't you, the person, the individual. It takes a lot of help, a lot of support. I've been blessed in my life, first of all, a very lovely family, very devoted family. A lot of great friends that campaigned for me door to door and coffee hours and all the other things you had to do in government. And also served with the most wonderful people in the world, in the school committee, the city council, legislature, and with our former mayors. And Malden's very, very lucky. It's all we seem to read about and hear about in newspapers. TV today is about the bad politicians. You never hear about the good ones. And Malden's had plenty of them, many of them are here tonight. And I was very, very honored to serve with all of them. And also, let me say that I never thought it was myself as the individual, the one who was able to solve all these problems and help so many people. It's because I had a lot of help. A lot of people that don't get credit are the people that work up at the government center, our police, our fires, our DPW, the dedicated service we have in Malden. We're very, very lucky, very, very lucky city. And I promised my buddies I'd get them home in time to see the Bruins and the Celtics game. What more can I say about, except what was said in words and also on the screen? I'm very, very humble, very grateful for that. But you know, there's always one person in your life that you have to lean on. It's always there for you. Whether it be the good times or the bad times, and yes, even the sad times. And you'll be able to bounce off some of your ideas and you get down and don't know which way to turn. You got that shoulder to lean on. And I'm very, very grateful in closing, accepting this award tonight and thanking the chamber for everything. To say that my guardian angel is here tonight. I believe that this person probably could have been the best mayor the city of Malden ever had if it was desired. But it's my guardian angel. I want to accept this award on behalf of my brother Frank, who I love so much.
Congratulations, Jim. Congratulations to all the honorees. It has been a wonderful evening, and I want to thank everyone who is responsible for making it such a great event. Five of them have been great. The awards committee chaired by Linda Kang. They did a great job. Our two MCs, Dennis and Diane. Our executive director, Ted Coates. And his assistant, Joan Wayshap. Ted tells me without her, this event would probably not have even happened. And thank you to Albert Spatafora for a great dinner. Thank you all. Have a safe trip.